So my house is backwards. You are technically in my backyard at the back of my house. This, however, is the true front door. So in the 3 years since living here, we have since taken to using this side garage door entrance as the actual entrance into the house instead of walking all the way back over there, because this door is just much more on the way. But as you can likely tell, this door has absolutely zero curb appeal, to the point that it doesn't even look like it should be the right door to enter into the home. For example, I have had friends come over and literally call me because they didn't know where to go.
Hi, I'm here. How do I get into your house though? Like, where do I go?
And on our trusty security camera, I have seen countless delivery drivers just stand here in confusion and not know where to place a package. And the biggest issue to me is just that I don't think this door represents my style or the home, and those are things you know are very important to me. So let's talk about my actual plan for this space. I think the biggest and most obvious thing that needs to change here is the door. The door needs a glow up. I really want this to be a standout feature that you notice as soon as you arrive at my house. And right now, the way that it's that white metal door, it matches the rest of the garage doors. It's blending in too much, and I think that's the problem. So I would love to thrift a classic mid-century wooden door, something with a bit of character, a little bit of design, something solid, because this is going to be an outdoor door. It needs to be sturdy, it needs to be solid wood. And I just think something with character and age is exactly what we need here. And then another element that I think will really help distinguish this area as a front entrance from the rest of the garage is building an awning. It would also just be nice to practically have one, because right now when packages get delivered, if it's raining, they get soaking wet. If you're standing outside waiting for a ride and it's raining, you get wet. Having that bit of protection overhead would be functionally good and also just help make this feel like a true entrance. And because this is me, I really want to lean into that mid-century edge. And you know what? So many of my favorite mid-century homes have a single slanted roof. It's the vibe, it's the feeling, and it's a little bit weird, and that's precisely why I want to do it. Most of my inspo photos here of the entire roof, we're just making a little baby version of a roof. So take these photos and shrink them when you're imagining this project. And to bring it all together, I want to swap the existing light for something a little more mid-century leaning. And because it is the holidays right now, let's do a little bit of Christmas decor. So this morning started off really well because I found the most perfect, or what I believe is the most perfect, beautiful, vintage, mid-century, solid wooden door to be the replacement for our metal door. It's in my car. Let me get it now. Here we go. Door incoming. Now, hanging a door is one of those slightly more difficult, annoying tasks because you're trying to fit a very specific shape into another very specific shape. So your measurements need to be pretty spot on. And this is compounded a little bit in my case because I'm trying to use the existing hardware hinges that are on this door. I'm not starting from scratch, which you have a little bit more leeway that way. So first step is going to be assessing the current door and taking measurements of everything. The size of the door, the placement of the hinges, the placement of the knob, and seeing how close or not close we are to fitting the new door. Let me do some math. It's never a good sentence. It's never a good setup to any moment when I start it with, let's do some math. But let me do some math and I'll catch up with you in a second. So turns out the new door is a bit bigger than the old one, but only by a bit. I just have to take an inch off the bottom, half an inch off the side. This should be very easy to do. The guy told me it was oak, but this smells so good. Maybe it's cedar, I don't know. Now, when I made those two cuts, I'm now left with some raw wood exposed, and we need to seal it to protect it from the elements. This is spar urethane. It's super heavy duty and will make this waterproof, but it does take a while to dry. So I'm gonna take a break and treat myself while I wait. I went out and I saw Wicked for Good. And friends, I know we've probably mostly seen it by now, but it was so good. So good. Which I am a deeply creative person, and you guys know I went to film school, so I so appreciate films that have such beautiful costume work, such intricate set design. I was just like loving every minute of how good this film looked. And when I came home, I immediately had this vision that this thrifted door belongs in Oz with all of its ornate carvings. Which, speaking of all of this, today's sponsor, June's Journey, has a very exciting Wicked themed update. If you're not already familiar, June's Journey is a hidden object mystery game available on Android, iOS, and PC. Set in the 1920s, the story follows June, an amateur detective who's trying to uncover the secrets behind her sister's murder. Each chapter takes you deeper into the story with beautifully designed scenes that reveal new clues and plot twists. And you can also customize and decorate your island, making it truly yours. And now, until the end of January, you can immerse yourself in the beauty of Oz because the wonders of Wicked have arrived in June's Journey. This means getting to play brand new scenes with which you visit iconic locations like Munchkinland and Shiz University. You'll also be able to decorate your island with Wicked-inspired items and win unique in-game rewards, including the Emerald City Beautification Reward. I really appreciate how elevated and actually challenging this game is. Like, when I'm looking for a break, this feels like a much more guilt-free option than just sitting there mindlessly scrolling, because with this, I'm working my way through puzzles that actually keep my brain engaged as I'm doing it. And how good is it that I now have a whole new set of puzzles to work through set in locations of my new favorite film? It is like a win-win. So if this sounds like something you'd enjoy as well, download June's Journey for free by clicking that link right there in the description or by scanning this very handy QR code right here on the screen and uncover hidden treasures from Oz in a world of enchanting mystery. Okay, let's get this day started and get back to work. We are now on to the final step before I'm ready to hang the door, and that is to put the hinges on. I have these 4-inch hinges. They're the same size as the ones on the existing door, and because they're the same size hinge, they should ideally fit together. But the thing that I need to make sure is that I'm putting these on the door in the exact same location that they are on my previous door. So on the original door, the first hinge starts 5 7/8 inches up from the bottom. So this new one is also gonna go 5 7/8 inches up from the bottom of the door. Let me not put this on the wrong way, which I almost just did. Double check everything, always. Oh, it's not as heavy as I thought it would be, honestly. So I have the new pins, and now all we have to do is put the new door in the place of the old one and pop the pins back in. I got the first 2 in, no problem, but this last one is giving me such a hard time. So I'm gonna do what I didn't want to do. It's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm going to unscrew the new hinge from this last piece of the door so I can put the bolt in and then screw it back together. And because I have the 2 pins in place, I feel safe about this. It's gonna hold its spot. It's not gonna wreck the door, hopefully. Okay. Are we ready to see if this works? Oh my goodness, that is a good feeling. I cannot over the fact that I can, and I did. Okay, so what good is a beautiful door if we don't have a functioning handle to access the door with? So I don't want to put the old one back on because I think we can do something a little more stylistic, and also because there are some problems I need to work around with this door. So as you can see, this door has a couple of holes happening here, probably because the original handle was much larger, much more ornate, and so I got to find a way to cover those. And this is where, once again, shopping secondhand saves the day, because I could not for the life of me find a large handle with a solid back piece for this door in stores anywhere. After approximately only 1 minute of searching on Marketplace, I found this gorgeous large handle with a solid back piece that will cover all of the holes, and it was cheaper than buying a new one. Like, it really doesn't get any better than that, people. I don't know what to tell you. And part of me was a little unsure if this style of handle was right for the vintage look of the store, but upon looking back on the texts, doing my research, This is actually the kind of handle you see on a lot of those mid-century style doors. So I'm sold, say less. Everything is working in my favor. Let's get this installed. I think I know what I'm doing, but I've never used a door handle that's like this large before. So what are we doing? Oh my gosh, there's so many options. This doesn't look anything like the handle that I have. I think I'm just gonna not use that, and I'm just gonna see where it lines up on the door and drill the appropriate hole. This up here will fit no problem. It's figuring out down here how to get this bolt in. See? The knobs. And now the back of the door should be super easy. How am I supposed to reach that? I swear they always do this. Like, please don't place screws in spots that are inaccessible by screwdrivers. Sincerely, everyone who's ever tried to do something difficult. Yeah, okay, look at that. Do we see the way in which this little thing is moving in a way in which it should move for a door to operate? Yay! Next up, I'm switching out this light. Now, even though the new light is going to live under the new awning, I still went with one that was rated for damp locations just to be safe. I'm not putting on the shade just yet because it is made of glass and I do need to build the awning around this, and knowing me, I would break it, so we're gonna put that on last. So stick around to the end to see how this light really looks. Okay, now for this awning, the design that I've chosen has it sitting at an angle because I just feel like that fits the mid-century aesthetic a lot better. Now, as soon as you want to make anything at an angle, that involves a lot of extra math. So I think my plan is to build it on the wall and just figure out how it fits together in place. I think that will give me a better chance of getting it right than trying to figure it out on the ground and then lifting it into place. You feel? Okay, so speaking of angles, first thing I'm gonna do is just tack a piece of wood on the wall so I can figure out the exact angle I want this to live at. I'm an extremely visual learner, so just seeing it on the wall and saying, hey, that angle looks right, I think is better for me than trying to do the math on paper. I think I like that angle. So now that I'm happy with this angle of the awning, I'm gonna use my measuring tape to mark out how far down I want my support braces to go and how far out I want this awning to stick. And then with these numbers, I can then punch them into the handy dandy triangle calculator, bless this thing for existing, and this will spit out the exact angles that I need to cut my pieces of wood to be. Then I take these angles to the saw and cut them into my cedar 2x4s. And then if I've done everything right, when I line these pieces up, it should form two beautiful braces. Okay, let's see. Longer side here. I forgot to account for the height that that top 2x4 is going to take up, so it doesn't matter. They're both exactly the same, off by 3.5 inches. It's fine. It's literally fine. If that's the only mistake that happened, it is a good day. It is a good day, friends. Okay, so now what I need to do is get these brackets attached to my wall. And now I can go ahead and remove that temporary support piece and in its place put the real final top support pieces. The difference being that these ones are going to get screwed into those support brackets I've made and not into the wall. Okay, it's getting dark and cold, so I'll come back tomorrow when we can put the roof on this. Good morning! Okay, as you can probably tell, we got some snow. And for that reason, I will be staying in my sweatpants all day, and I will not elaborate further. Today's task is to get the roof on this awning so it can truly do what an awning needs to do and protect the area below it from snow and rain. So I woke up this morning and had full intentions to cut my own piece of plywood to act as the roof. The snow was blustering. I was freezing my butt off, and this plywood, as I was looking at it, just wasn't in the best shape. So I just went to the hardware store and had them cut the piece for me. I'm sorry, sometimes you just gotta hand it to the experts to give yourself a bit of a break. And I did just that. So let me go grab it. Okay, let's see if this fits. Oh, it's so cozy under here. But we can't just leave this raw wood exposed to the elements, so I do have a roofing material that I'm going to cut to size so we can get that stuck on top.
Can't tell me that's not gonna stick.
I would never tell you that.
Good morning. Okay, today we are bringing it all together. We are putting the final touches on this space. Yes, there are final touches even on an outdoor doorway. Every space needs final touches, including something so exciting that I have in this box that I have not opened yet. But before I do that, I just want to say, if you're struggling with any space in your home, you don't know what those final touches should be and where they should go, or you have someone in your life who has also been feeling the same way about their space, I have the perfect last minute gift idea for you. We have a course that's all about finding your own interior design style and translating that into easy to do room makeovers that you can do on your own timeline, on your own budget, with items that you already have. So if you have some time off for the holidays now, or you're thinking about getting a space refreshed for the new year, then this course is perfect for you and is perfectly giftable. Also, it's entirely done online, so there is nothing to be shipped. So my last minute shoppers, I'm speaking directly to you on this one. And to myself, I am one of those people. And because it's the holidays, this course is 20% off when you use code 20OFF. Make sure to claim this quick because today is the very last day we're offering this discount. Okay, do you wanna see what is in here? Oh guys, it's so cute. Look at this. The most perfect chrome mid-century modern starburst doorbell. I don't know what else says I'm the front door more than a doorbell, so let's go get this installed. Ah! Okay, let's go. And because it's the holidays, I'm adding some garland to lean into that winter vibe. And last but not least, I'm adding the globe back on the light, and this entryway is now complete. And this video marks the end of our 2025 season. Thank you so much to all of you who have tuned in over this past year. We get to do what we do because of all of you, and we could not be more grateful. We are taking the next 2 weeks off to rest over the holidays, but we'll be back on the 7th with an exciting outdoor makeover from me. I can't wait to see you all then, and a reminder to download June's Journey for free using the link in the description or the QR code right here on screen, and uncover hidden treasures from Oz in a world of enchanting mystery. Bye guys.